Elmore, Ohio for a day trip. I'm really excited to check out some of the things they have in the downtown area, so let's mask up and go explore.
So a lot of our employees have disabilities. Those of us who don't, we're their job coaches. And so we coach them through the jobs and teach them new skills. Anything that is going to help them be successful in maybe a different job. Because Christy's really isn't the end job, it's the beginning. That we sell retail is from an individual with disabilities.
So at first glance, this coffee shop looks pretty petite, but when you come inside, it just opens up and it just feels like home. But what I love most is Christy's story, and it's just incredible and definitely worth learning about. But I went with the bacon, egg, and cheese croissant, and I'm gonna dig in.
I'm Sandy Widmer, and I'm the owner of Whimsy and Blue in Elmore, Ohio.
And I'm Christy Alter. I'm the owner of Creatively Altered in Elmore, Ohio, which is now a part of Whimsy and Blue Creative Studio.
So we've teamed up with our small women-owned businesses to bring crafts and locally handcrafted items, as well as vintage finds and some new things.
So Creatively Altered actually used to be at Crafty Needle, which was a little yarn shop that opened here in 2013. And I had been with Crafty Needle since we opened way back in the beginning. So last year the owner was ready to retire and I bought the business from her. So we have lots of beautiful specialty yarns. And we're also starting to incorporate some other crafts as well. We've had some silk floral arranging classes. So just a lot of fun stuff to keep people busy.
We also have Annie Sloan chalk paint that we just started carrying.
Yes, we do.
I know, it's so exciting. So we've got the creative studio side, and then we have the boutique side, which has clothing, jewelry, home decor, vintage finds. A lot of it's locally handcrafted because we have really talented people in the area. We tried to make it an experience that people remember and enjoy, and they can come in whether they buy things or not. They just come in and they get such a good feeling when they're here. And we're also officially launching our flower bar, where brides can come and schedule a consultation to meet with Joe James to have their wedding florals designed. And they can also work with me to put together their decor and vintage rentals that they can use for their seating areas, their ceremony backdrops, their lounge areas, all sorts of pretty things like that.
And then we hook up the water jacket and turn on the power, and it electrically heats the still to 176 degrees. And then the water cools off the vapor up here, and then it goes down the tube and drips, collects in the big glass jug. Take a whiff and you can smell the 12 to 15% alcohol. Our grain. And here, this is flaked rye. Looks like Quaker Oats, but it's just they take the rye groat and they stick it between steel rollers, smash it, and then spray it with glycerin. This is 6-row barley, and this looks and smells much like grape nuts. You see that powder coming off my hands? That's glucoamylase, which is an enzyme. Converts all the carbohydrates and starches in here into sugars. And everything is small batch. You see the barrels back here. Everything's small batch, there's no machinery. We label by hand, fill by hand, everything. You can only use the barrels once. Beer and wine makers and hot sauce makers and now coffee roasters are buying those. They barrel age their products.
Unfortunately, I made it to the gardens a little too late. They're already closed, but I do look forward to a future visit where I can show you all the beautiful landscaping that I've heard so much about today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Small Town Charm here in Elmore, Ohio, and it served you a great starting point for planning your next day trip. My name is Haley, and I'll see you on the next Small Town Charm.